Hi, my name is Sydney, and this is my final presentation on the Gutenberg diagram being used for prepared meals packaging. My hypothesis for this project is that the Gutenberg diagram is used around the world for the packaging design of prepared meals. A little bit about the Gutenberg diagram is that it's a design method that places elements according to reading gravity, which is the left to right and top to bottom way in which people read. The Gutenberg diagram can make the layout of a page easy and interesting to read, and also can help improve reading rhythm and the comprehension of the design's message. However, there is no direct evidence proving that it improves reading or comprehension. But it most likely can predict a reader's eye movement across the page of text or displays with evenly distributed and consistent information or elements. So for my research, I evaluated 184 products from 41 different countries. That was all the countries that were listed on the Mintel database. So I did a few products from each one. And I chose the products at random. So there are 48,078 examples of prepared meals on the Mintel database, and I only evaluated 0.0038%. 138 showed evidence of the diagram, which is 75% of the products evaluated. During the research, the package types and meals were recorded for the products that showed evidence of the Gutenberg diagram. No evidence was found that showed any relationship between countries and the products that were chosen, except for Japan, Malaysia, and the Philippines, which all happen to have only products that were Asian-style dishes with both chicken and noodles, or just noodles, and all those products were only packaged in bags. Here are some of the countries and displaying the different package types for each one. You can see that boxes were consistently used for each country, and basically all the package types were pretty consistent. You may think that bowls or trays were not, but there weren't very many of these package types in the examples that I found. So there's really no way to determine if one country does or does not use a specific, type of package more than the other. Here are the rest of the countries, and you can see how Japan, Malaysia, the Philippines all only use bags for their packages. But other than that, you can still see how boxes for packaging is pretty consistent with all the countries. A breakdown of the percentage of packages was that this chart really shows how prominent box packaging is in the world. 51% of the packages that I evaluated were boxes. Bags are also very popular, but they are not rigid, so they're not good to use for products that need a protective package, which is probably why only 31% of the packages were bags. The package results really depended on the type of product and what material was or was not necessary to package the product effectively. The actual number of bowls to trays was 12 to 13. These numbers are really low because they're not as common as bags and boxes because of the few product types that need them, but also that they are a more expensive package. The number of tray packages is probably higher because many products and trays are also packaged within a box. So these products I would have just put in the box category because I would not have been able to determine whether it was in a tray or not. These are some of the Italian food products that I evaluated. You can see how pizza is only packaged in boxes, but the lasagna, pasta, and some of the other dishes used bowls and trays a lot, especially the macaroni and cheese used bowls. These are some of the noodles and chicken, rice, and other ethnic products that I evaluated. Here you can see how noodles was only packaged in the bags. Also, the chicken and noodles product was also used bags a lot. But the chicken and rice products really didn't use bags. They typically used boxes. I don't really know why. But the other chicken dishes also used boxes. Here are some of the other just random products that I evaluated. Everything from burritos to sushi to burgers. There were even some breakfast meals. A lot of those breakfast meals liked to use boxes, but there was one that used a bowl. And you can also see that the casseroles and the mash and stuff used trays. The majority of the products that used bowls as their packaging were types of pastas, macaroni and cheese, and chicken with rice. Those that used trays were also pastas, Italian meals, casseroles, baked mixtures of food, and some chicken with rice or noodles. The results show that bags were prominently used to package noodles, and pizzas were also always packaged in a box. Since the products were chosen randomly, there were no specific types of meals that placed any influencing role in the data that was collected. This research was successful, but in order to obtain more accurate results relating to the relationship between the Gutenberg diagram to countries, products, or other types of packages, a much larger study would need to be conducted to achieve a better understanding of the relationship between the Gutenberg diagram and these topics. Common design layouts were studied for the examples that showed the Gutenberg diagram. They were analyzed on the layout of their designs in relation to the placement of the brand logo and the image of the product. So 57% of the packages had the brand logos placed in the primary optical area of the package and had the image of the product at or near the terminal area. I also included products that had the image of the meal in the terminal area, but also had another element on top. I still placed those in this category. So in my opinion, this kind of design layout reads and flows the easiest when you look at it. So this is probably why it was used most often. 32% had the brand logos, again, in the primary optical area. But the product image was placed in the center of the package instead of being placed in the bottom right corner. This design, it read easily, but the packages always seemed to be empty in the terminal area, even if there was another element that was placed there. Only 7% of the packages had the product name in the primary optical area with the image of the product in the terminal area. These packages typically place the brand logo in the top center or in the strong fallow area. 3.6% had the product name in the primary optical area with the image of the product in the center or off to the left side of the package instead of in the corner. These packages typically place the brand logos in the terminal area of the package again because the image of the product was in the center. If the brand logo was not placed in the terminal area, then it was always positioned in the strong fallow area, but it never was seen to be placed in the weak fallow area for any of the products that I evaluated. The evidence from this evaluation shows the particular importance of using the strong and weak fallow areas. The evaluation of the layout proved that having the brand logo in the top left corner and the product image in the terminal area is the most common, and it also reads and flows the smoothest. It also proves that the Gutenberg diagram is applied or considered when determining where to place the brand logo if it is not placed in the primary optical area. For my conclusion, although evidence of the Gutenberg diagram was only found in 75% of the products surveyed, the results still supported my hypothesis that it is a global trend in packaging design used in countries around the world. Based off my overall observation of prepared meals on the Mintel database, as well as the products that I evaluated for the research, I know I said that I only evaluated 184, but I probably have looked at thousands throughout my research. So based off my observation, I would not consider there to be any correlation between specific types of packages or products that use the Gutenberg diagram, and also that there were no particular countries that did or did not use the Gutenberg diagram for their packaging. Not every product evaluated used the Gutenberg diagram. This is probably because the decision to use it is likely based off of a combination of the type of product, the graphics that want to be used, the message to the consumer, and most importantly, the designer and his or her influence on the design and preferences that they may have. Effectively using the diagram helps catch the consumer's eye and helps them easily see important information about the product. Since there is such a wide variety of frozen prepared meals that are sold in grocery stores, it's important that designers effectively use the Gutenberg diagram for a product's package. Thank you.